to Pharmaceutical Soccer. So happy to be here with y'all. Of course, it is that time. It's crazy. You might be listening to this on the day that Nashville SC plays competitive soccer for the first time. Of course, I'm here with Valair, Clay Trainum. Omari's here with us. You know it's a special day when everybody is here.
Not everybody's here. Joel's not here.
Okay, well, I'm considering Joel is here in spirit. So because I care about our spiritual beings and selves.
All right, move on.
Why would I move on from that? Why would I move on from that? Sorry, I'm a caring host. Anyways, just real quick, weekends, were they good? Flair, yes. Yes or no?
Yep.
Cool. Clay, good weekend.
Yeah, I went to Henrietta Red. I worked, Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Shout out.
Thank you, Clay, for taking way too long with that than you needed to be. Omari, how was your weekend? Good, yes or no?
It was bad.
Oh boy. Anyways, we're starting this. Fantastic. Look, obviously we do have prop bets that we do have to go through, talk about all that type of stuff, but there are a few bits of news that are imminent in a lot of ways that we do need to talk about right now. So before we get into prop bets, let's talk about that a little bit. Valair. One of the things that has been talked about from Nashville SC in a player needed is some sort of backup fullback, wingback type of situation that can really, take the future a little bit out of Dan Lovitz, out of Andy Nahar. And it seems like the signing is imminent for Nashville to get their guy.
Yeah, so this was reported by a few people and confirmed by Ben Wright, but Reed Baker Whiting is set to join Nashville SC for about $800,000 in GAM, which is not real money, but Nashville SC has a lot of it, so that's good. He's a fullback who can cover in for Dan Lovitz or Andy Nahar, really, but mostly probably on the left. He can play a little higher up, not necessarily, he's not going to be a Christian Espinoza or Ahmed Qasim or anything like that, but he can play higher up if Nashville need him. Chances are he'll play most of his minutes at fullback. He's a 20-year-old U.S. Youth International, played in the U20 World Cup. He's been one of the bright prospects of that organization, and we know how important it is for Nashville SC to sign players from organizations that they believe in and from sort of good guys, right, for lack of a better word. And you can't find a better organization, a more model organization, really, than Seattle Sounders. And we've seen Nashville SC take a swing on Seattle guys in the past as well. Doesn't mean, everything's going to work out great. There's still a lot of work. But for a 20-year-old to be in this position to be a successor of one of the veterans of the team, I think it's a really good position for him. And then for Nashville SC, this is future-proofing, which is what we have been asking for a while. And I think all around this just really makes sense for everybody.
I mean, you're looking at a guy who obviously has a bit of a high ceiling, considering he was a youth international, and you're putting him behind somebody who has been a full senior international in Dan Lovitz. But more importantly, as far as Nashville is concerned, somebody who's been a very, very, very effective left back for a very long time in MLS. Developmentally, I know that he's wanting minutes, and he's going to get minutes in Nashville this year with Lovitz being 34 years old and Nashville playing in 3 competitions. But he's also going to be in a situation where he's going to be able to learn from 2 of the best fullbacks. I mean, Nashville's top line fullback pairing would probably be among the best, if not the best, in the entire league. And he's going to be backing up both of them. And that's just something that I think anybody in his position would relish an opportunity to do.
I think one thing about the BJ just kind of administration regime at Nashville SC that I do appreciate is that I don't feel stupid at all for wishing that things were apart. Like, it's been talked about that Nashville needs a wingback, a backup fullback this entire offseason. And then it just happens. Like, and it couldn't, honestly, I don't think there's probably a couple better ones that we could have gotten, but like for somebody that's in a really good organization, young guy, has the ability to learn from Lovitz and Nahar as well. Like, I don't think there could be a better signing than this. So shout out to BJ and Mike Jacobs for getting it done. I think money wise, I mean, it's not my money, so I'm cool with it. But I think for the cost, I think it makes a ton of sense, especially with the way the MLS market is right now. Extremely happy about it. So, because we're going to need a lot of money to extend somebody else as well, which it looks like is imminent, Valair?
Yes. I don't know if anything has happened in the last few hours. I've been really busy, but yes, I think the expectation is that Sam Surridge will be re-signing with Nashville SC. We heard some stories throughout the transfer window. I think on this show and other shows, I've been pretty consistent about saying it's probably not going to happen for Sam Surridge. Whatever teams in England are paying him, they're not going to be Premier League teams. I don't know if he wants to go back and play in the Championship, but even money wise, I think MLS can offer more than the top Championship sides in terms of money, but also in terms of play. I mean, he just competed with Messi for the Golden Boot. Does he really want to go and compete with Patrick Agyemang for the Championship? No disrespect to Patrick Agyemang, but let's be honest. You know what I mean? There's like a levels here we're talking about.
Kind of sounds like you're disrespecting Patrick Agyemang, honestly.
And Patrick Agyemang is not even the worst of it. See, there's that. But I mean, but when you look at it, I mean, I just don't think it makes a whole lot of sense for him to go back at his age, and he's a superstar in Nashville. I'll say this: if a Premier League team comes knocking, that's a different story. But the stories we heard were slight interest from Premier League teams, but the only Premier League team mentioned was Wolves, who will not be a Premier League team in a couple of months. So I didn't see it. I didn't hear anything that would make me believe he wants to leave Nashville at all. And like I said, I think the only thing that would turn his head is maybe a Premier League side coming in and saying, we need a striker this summer. And that would mean if a Premier League side is coming in for him, that would mean he's scored like 10, 15 goals for Nashville by the summertime. Because if he continues on this run, and honestly, with this new contract probably happening soon, I just don't see it happening. I see him staying in Nashville more likely.
Yeah, I think the other opportunities that have been talked about have been the likes of teams like Ipswich. I think there was another one out there, teams that are chasing promotion, of which Surge was a successful member of a promotion chasing team in the Championship. So he has done that. But ultimately, if Nashville has players that are drawing interest from the Championship, which is a league that a lot of people feel like you can go from MLS to Championship and be successful, that means that people are rating Nashville's players high enough, and you're going to just have to get used to seeing some of your players rated to go places and play. And ultimately, the only thing that was going to force Sam Surridge out of Nashville is if Sam wanted to leave Nashville. And, we saw those stories, and if that would have turned his head, to use the saying that drives me nuts, then maybe that would have resulted in something. But ultimately, I mean, he's scored 20 some odd goals last year. He's probably going to be favored to score 20 some odd goals this year. I think he's feeling pretty good being where he is right now.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I am happy that he's staying here in Nashville and getting a new contract with Nashville. He's probably going to be talked about a decent amount in our prop bets, which I'm very excited about. I'm going to make this first segment quick. It's time. It's prop bet time. We're going to do that next right here on Pharmaceutical Soccer. And we are back right here on Pharmaceutical Soccer at PharmaSoccer on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Also, with the season starting, you really should be be a part of 615 Soccer. Spell it out in your browser, type it in, join what is going on over there. We are doing some really cool stuff. You'll have access to be a part of our prop bets because we always like to have listeners be a part of it. You can see so many other things, so many cool stuff. Please, 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 please make sure that you be a part of 615soccer.com. Cool stuff happening over there. Also, pharmasoccer.com. If you need merch before the season, it's probably too late to get it. But you should still buy some right now anyways, because we can get it to you quickly and attempt to get it to you quickly. So, anyways, I'm so excited. It is time. It's so much fun to just have like a segment and thing to just like be excited to come to. This is now our, what year of this? 8th prop bet year?
I think it's our 7th year of prop bets, but
we didn't do it the first year. We didn't do it the first year. Yeah.
7th year of prop bets, 7th year of previewing the season in this way. If you did not know, we each get $100 worth of fake money and are going to answer some questions and put money towards our confidence level in those questions, totaling to $100 that are going to be spent. Clay will explain it better. Clay.
Yeah, so just to recap on last year's winner, which is, of course, Joel. Joel won
No.
I believe we all
there is
came
no,
to
no,
that.
no, 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 no,
Because
no.
you
We're not. We're
literally
solidifying
broke.
this in stone right now. It doesn't matter what random thing you said during an episode at one time.
Oh, so our last winner was actually Ryan Watt, one of the 615 listeners who had 94 points, which was more than Steven's 91. So,
also true. Congratulations, Ryan. I'm very proud of you. It's nice to have listeners be a part of it. Ryan, you killed it. But in terms of these Yahoo,
but anyway, so Valair had a run of dominance in prop bets to start off. He did win several times. Then Omari won, and then Steven won.
Put a number on it, please. How many times did I win?
It doesn't matter. Then Omari won.
I think it matters. How many times in a row did I win?
It doesn't matter, Valair.
I think it matters.
Valair, you can keep your ego up. It's about to come down an awful lot. So
I mean, I'm still the champion of champions here.
Hey, you can keep fluffing yourself up because it's about to come down an awful lot.
Please do. Please bring it down.
So then Omari won. Then Omari finished last this past year, and Valair finished second to last. And we did a listener poll, and everyone else submitted their prop bets. And every single person other than one person did as well or better than Valair. Including my wife, Mary Reynolds.
I just felt bad for y'all. That's all.
I mean, Mary knows ball. She played soccer.
Yeah,
Mary does know ball.
Everyone did better than you because you got 0.
Oh no! Do I not know ball anymore?
Oh my gosh! Great.
So,
are we opening this for listeners again?
I plan to, yeah. But just our top 5 for listeners. I'm going to take Ben and Chris out of it because they are, obviously they're part of 615, but they did well. They didn't win. Ryan Watt was first with 94 points. Then second was Logan Radford with 80 points. Then Paige Hampton with 77 points, a longtime listener of Paige. He's been around for a while. And then Josh Frank with 74 points. And then we had a tie with Garrett Cook and Andrew Malloy with 70 points. So congrats to everyone. But big congrats to Ryan Watt, who is smarter than all of us. And honestly, most everyone who listened did better than us in prop bets this year. But
except me, who I would have been in second in comparison with everybody, which
actually you would have been in third, but it's fine.
I don't care. I love our listeners, but my game is between you 5 in all reality. Ben and Chris, they're smarter than me. I don't care about them. You two,
nobody got more than 4 correct across all of us. Nobody got more than 4 correct.
Well, I am excited to kick this off. Specifically, this is going to be a lot of fun. We're just going to go through the questions. Each person is going to put the person that they're going for and the amount of money that they are going to, put for that. Valair will keep track of that in his handy little spreadsheet. We will also have we'll have a form available for the listeners again. Y'all did fantastic last year. We want to keep it up. A lot of people participating. Let's start. You guys ready? Are we good? You guys, how are you feeling? Are you confident this year?
I mean, I have nothing, I'm good. I'm so good.
All right, Omari, redemption year. Clay's giving thumbs up. Valair is nonchalantly just being Valair. All right, so let's do it. First goal is going to be scored by who? Valair.
This is for the entire season, including tomorrow's game, yes?
Correct.
Warren Madrigal, and I'm putting 10 buckaroos on that.
Warren Madrigal, interesting.
Yep.
That's a good shout.
Can we go? Who's next? Let's go.
Honestly, because I was literally gonna put the same person because I expect him to play tomorrow against Ottawa, and I'm gonna put 7 on it.
Wow, you two are just going to be the same the entire. Is this how this is going to go the entire time?
It is. Yeah.
Omari.
I'm gonna go with Sam Surge,
There you go.
and I'll
How
put
much?
10 on it.
Fantastic. And then for me, I don't know if he's going to start, but that just means we're not going to score a goal against Ottawa tomorrow. I'm going to go with one Daniel Lovitz for $10 tomorrow or Saturday. It's going to be Dan Lovitz.
Okay, at the end of this, like next year or whatever, we revisit this, you can't say, oh, I didn't take it seriously. So if I took it seriously, blah, blah, blah. Okay,
No, I have
don't
a new
want to hear any
strategy
of
this
that.
year. I have a new strategy this year.
I will
I have a
kick
new
you out of
strategy.
this show if you
You're
do
better
that
off
again.
going with a center
He
back.
did Eddie
or corner
Tagseth for
kick
every
goal.
answer last year.
No, I
Except
understand
for
that I did that every time. I have a new strategy this year. Okay, leave me
Okay,
alone.
all right.
All right.
I'll just-
Well, I'll go ahead and take the next one, Steven. Speaking of Eddie Tagseth, I'm going to say he's getting the first red card.
Oh, fun.
And I'm going to put 11 on that.
Okay. I'll go
Probably
next.
probably 2 yellows. I don't think he'll get a straight red.
So are we doing straight red or just we doing a red card?
I think just red card.
I think just red.
I'll go for his midfield partner, Patrick Yazbak, and I will say a 5 on that.
Valair's got 5 on it.
All right, Steven.
That was good. I'm gonna go with one for Daniel Lovitz for $5. Daniel Lovitz, which that's actually not a bad shout. We
no,
can
it's
be
not.
honest about that one. Not a bad shout at all.
It's not.
Omari?
So let's do Waledzi, the new guy.
Oh, that's fun.
And
Just
the
out of
amount?
curiosity, when do you think Waledzi
He's
gets
gonna
it?
get himself into trouble, maybe, and
What's the amount?
let's do 20.
20 on that one.
Whoa.
Confidence
I like
on
that. I like that.
dropping his
You know
money
what's funny?
early.
He says Waledzi and like no confidence whatsoever, and then it's like I'm putting 20% of my wager on.
There's a reason I got 0 points last year.
I think we should start with Omari for this next one. He hasn't started one yet.
We should
Yeah.
start with Omari for this one because let's see where the confidence is. First hat trick for Nashville SC this season.
It's gonna be Hani.
Hani with the first hat trick for this season.
Yes, and then I will go 10 on that one.
Cool. Valair?
There's a lot of options here.
There was a lot of options. Valair.
Ruben Spacious.
Rubens Pacius for your first, and you're making fun of me for my
I
choices?
think it's gonna be against Ottawa at home next week. Actually,
That's not a bad shout,
I
actually,
think so.
because
I'm
that's
gonna go.
what Ajago, if he doesn't misses the penalty, gets the hat trick.
There you
against,
go. There you
yeah.
go. Yes, you're seeing what I'm gonna put 5 on that.
If Rubens Pacius gets a hat trick, Valair side bet, I'm going to buy you a bike.
Thank you.
All I'm saying is if Wubens Pacius gets or Pacius, however you say his name, Pacius, right?
I'll say Pacious, but I don't know. I'm wrong.
Pacius?
Call him
If-
Woobs.
If Wubens gets a hat trick against Ottawa next week, it's a pretty good called shot for Valair that almost makes up for the fact that almost every single person did as well or better than you in the listener poll last year. As much as I want to say someone other than Sam Surge to switch things up, Sam Surge started taking penalties last year. I feel like it's the safe bet. I'm going to go Sam Surge, and I'm going to put 15 on it.
Yeah, that's good.
That's
Steven?
you guys want to answer for me? Because that'd be great.
No.
Are you going to say Dan Lovitz?
Dan Lovitz for $5,
doing the
ladies
same
and
thing he
gentlemen.
always
Daniel
does.
Lovitz. Which, okay, keep making fun of me all you want all day long. Perfectly fine. He has scored some bangers in his career. Now I just need him to
Has
score
he
those
scored
bangers.
3 goals for Nashville?
Yes.
All
Has
bangers.
to have. He has
Probably
to have.
5 total.
Yeah.
5 or 6 total.
That's right.
Yeah.
I was going to say, there's no way
Steven, you're a ridiculous person, and this is disappointing to everybody who's ever known you.
What?
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
I thought you were going to take it seriously for 1 year. You couldn't do it.
No, okay. Again,
on brand
I have
for
a
Steven.
I have a strategy. I will get back to it here in a little bit. Thank you.
All
very
right.
much.
Well, we're starting with you since you haven't started yet. So, Steven, which trophy will Nashville SC win in 2026? You can't say Dan Lovitz. That's not a trophy.
I know I can't
Okay.
say Daniel Lovitz. Okay. So, Nashville is going to win all of them.
Can you
including
pick
the World
one?
Cup, for $5.
So, what are you picking?
All of them. Which
Okay.
ones can we be a part of? All of those. Leagues Cup, Champions Cup,
MLS Cup,
World
Supporter
Cup.
Shield.
Supporter
Yeah,
Shield.
those are the 4.
We're going to win those 2. All of them.
Okay. Omari, you're next.
I like Leagues Cup. I think we need a redemption in Leagues Cup,
It's a good shout.
and I will put
It is a good
5.
It is a good shout.
Clay?
As much as I want to say Champions Cup, because I do think it lines up quite nice with Nashville, especially if there's an injury to Messi here at this part of the season. I do think that there's been less interest in Leagues Cup the last few years, and I think Nashville may have a little bit of a chip on its shoulder having gone to the final of Leagues Cup. So I do like that going into it, because I feel like those sort of trophies and Open Cup, very much the same way. The teams that want to win it are the teams that make the run, it feels like. And so I think Leagues Cup is a good shout. I'm going to go with that. But I do think Champions Cup is there for the taking. I do think that they can make a run in Champions Cup. I really
do hate that Leagues Cup has been the answer twice, though. Like, we're already giving it way too much recognition of a competition, as we are by both having 2 people guess this. Well, technically 3, because I guessed all of them.
And Clay, how much were you putting on that?
I'm going to put 6.
6. So I was going to go with Leagues Cup. I think that's the most gettable trophy for Nashville SC. I don't think the Supporter Shield is realistic at this moment. I think MLS Cup is actually the second most gettable trophy if they make the playoffs. I think Champions Cup, just with Miami being the second round, even if they get through Ottawa, I don't see them getting through Miami. Maybe I'm wrong. And I just think the Supporter Shield is a bit of a tall ask. So I was going to go Leagues Cup, but since both Omari and Clay went Leagues Cup, I'm just going to go MLS Cup. That's my second pick, which would be obviously great for the city of Nashville. But I'm going to only put... Actually, I'll just put $5 on that.
I was so certain that Valair was going to say none, which is an acceptable answer to this question.
He has become such a pessimist in his time. He might have put none. You never know.
I'm the only one who predicted an MLS Cup win.
I predicted MLS Cup win.
No, you're not playing this game. I'm not even recognizing you as a person.
Why? Why can I get recognized?
I think we're starting with Clay on this next one. So you want to take it?
Sorry,
Clay?
I'm the one that has the most optimism in this group. This is
So, speaking of optimism, where do we think NSC will be in the East when they finish their CONCACAF Champions Cup run? Now, this is a bit of a complicated question because their Champions Cup run could finish in a lot of different places.
It's true.
Me personally, I do think they're going to make a CONCACAF Champions Cup run because I think it's going to take a little bit of while for Miami to get together. And because of that, I think Nashville's going to get past Miami, which, we'll see if I believe that in a few weeks. But for now, I believe that. And so I'm going to say that it's going to be quite a difficult first few months of this season for Nashville. And so I'm going to say they're going to be sitting at 8th.
And amount?
3.
Okay.
Very confident.
Steven, you can go.
Nashville will be in first place. How dare you? They will be in first place after this CONCACAF Champions one because they will beat Miami. They will be in first place because Nashville's good.
And how much you want to put on that?
$5, please.
Omari?
Let's do 4th. I think we'll maintain top 4 throughout the year, so I'm gonna go 4th just to play it safe.
This is going to be great. Like if we win our
And
first home match and then lose to
$10.
Ottawa, like
$10.
randomly.
Yeah.
Because then it's a
I don't.
crapshoot.
I don't think the Ottawa game is a given by any means. I just don't think. I think that quality eventually is just going to play out on the pitch. And then in terms of ranks, I'm thinking Nashville will lose to Inter Miami in that round. I think Nashville will get through Ottawa. So with that being said, I don't think MLS form is going to be that affected by a few games extra this early on. So I'll go 6th, and I'll go $5 as well on that.
Really doing the math here, Valair. You really focused on that one for $5. Appreciate you.
I'm actually really excited about the next question.
I am actually really excited about the next question as well, because that did come from a listener on Discord, correct?
Probably.
Yes.
Yeah, I do believe it did. Yes, I do believe it did. Which, by the way, there are a few questions in here that have been listener-based. We wanted to get your opinions this year in the questions that we are bringing to the prop bet table. We got a couple more down the line, so thank you so much for submitting those. There was a lot of people that submitted them, so thank you so much for being a part of it. We kind of pick and choose and put some of them together, and this one was a lot of fun. Who will be Nashville's 4th highest goal contributor?
So before we answer it, I just want to say this replaces the question that we always had on here for years, which was who is going to be the highest scorer not named Hani Mukhtar. And
which also, this question is really funny because it only fits for Nashville. Can you imagine if like another team did a preview episode and they're like, "Oh, who's the 4th highest goal scorer?" Makes no sense.
Well, but it is like actually interesting because now Nashville is in a scenario where it's not just Hani Mukhtar. Now it's Hani Mukhtar and Sam Surge, which is why you could put 91 on it last year, Stephen. Right now it does genuinely feel like a wide open question to say 4th, where in the last like 5 years it felt like a wide open question to say 2nd.
Yep.
So the obvious thinking here is that it's Hani Mukhtar, Sam Surge, and Christian Espinosa. And so who's that next one is why it's down to 4th, which I think speaks to a lot about Nashville the last year of Nashville SC is this particular question, which is why I find it the most interesting.
And we're talking goal contributions, not goals scored.
Correct.
So it includes MLS assists as well and all the other assists. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. I think I'll go first here because I haven't gone first in a minute. And I will say it's going to be Andy Nahar. And I'm actually going to put 15 on that.
Boo.
Omari, you go.
That's a good shout.
I think it'll be Warren Madrigal.
It's also a good shot. Yeah, the 4th play, this is interesting because it could go a lot of different ways.
Let's do 20 on that one.
Oof.
And this includes Leagues Cup 2
everything.
And everything.
Yeah, but it's goal contributions, so I see where Omari's going with that because Madrigal can.
I know the season hasn't started yet, but I'm already tired. I can't believe how many games we have this season. This is insane. Clay, go ahead.
Hey, I am fully on board the Ahmed Qasim train, and I'm not hopping off. So I think I'm going to go with him as the 4th, and I'm putting 22 on it. And I think that's my biggest bet so far. So I think, generally speaking, there's going to be a lot coming from the side opposite of him with Espinosa, but there's going to be a lot of mopping up to do on the other post. I think we're going to see Qasim slot in at the front of the attack at times, and hey, he showed he can score aerially as well. So I think we're going to see him. I think he's going to have a breakout year. I know that it's very easy to apply the guy in his 2nd year in MLS, so he's going to have a breakout year standard that a lot of people have, but they're paying him a lot of money for a reason, and I'm on board. Let's see what happens. So I'm putting 22 on him.
Great minds think alike.
Dan Lovitz?
No, I absolutely believe that Ahmed Qasim will be the fourth highest goal contributor for Nashville this year. I think Clay is right. I think it's his year. I think the opposite side is going to be a lot more open, is because there's going to be a lot more focus on those front three. I think Qasim is going to have a ton of ability to get in games when it comes to Leagues Cup, Champions Cup, all that type of stuff. I think he'll do well, and it's going to be for $25. Valair, are you going to have? Do you have any opinions on that one for me? Should I? Is that fine? Is that okay for you?
He was my pick. He was my pick for a while, but I changed it kind of last minute, actually.
I'm just making sure my answers are legitimate to you. Like, before I put them out there, I just want to make sure.
Oh, that shouldn't matter to you. You should have your own sort of way of judging things and not let people decide things for you, Stephen.
Well, unlike you care about other people, so I just want to make sure.
Well, no. So on Qasim, though, I think both of you guys are kind of on the right track there. I think he has a big year potential, and I was talking to. I did a Nashville SC preview as well for Soccer Wise with David Goss. Go check that out if you haven't yet. And David Goss, a friend of the show, and he's high on him as well because I think when you look at his profile, it really fits with what this league is becoming and fits with what Nashville SC are trying to do. So yeah, I'm all in for Ahmed Qasim, but I think at the end of the day, when you count MLS assists, I think what Andy Hart did last year was incredible. And I know injuries are a problem, but I really I feel like he can repeat that and be that fourth guy. And look, he might be the third guy, and then Qasim might be the third guy, and Espinoza might be the fourth, right? Like, you never know. So then we're all kind of wrong. So I
would laugh so hard if Espinoza was in fourth place in this. I would laugh so stinking hard.
Yeah, it's possible. It is possible. It's that far out. Yeah.
What is also possible, and I'm excited for this one because I feel like there's a lot more people this year. Like, I feel like this is the year where this question can happen. I think it was talked about. This has not happened before yet, in at all. First former Nashville player to score against Nashville. Is that the question?
It's happened.
It has happened. Who scored?
Brendan Vasquez.
Okay, that one kind of counts, but not.
It does count.
It kind of counts, but not really.
He has not played a minute,
and then traded.
Going forward, we will only count players who have featured for Nashville SC. There you go.
Okay.
Brandon Vasquez has not featured for Nashville SC.
But he was a Nashville player.
For 5 seconds.
In theory.
For 5 seconds. In theory, for 5 seconds.
I'm just saying, he was traded.
This one with Walker Zimmerman.
That's a good
shout. Good shout.
Let's put Sam in it.
Yeah, that was Omari. That was one I kind of like when I saw that one, that trade happen. Like, it is funny also, like, with these, like, I don't know if you guys think about it, like, as deals happen throughout the year, I go back to prop bets all the time. Like, when Schaffelberg got traded to LAFC, it was, oh my gosh, do we play LAFC this year? And is Schaffelberg going to score against us? And is that something I could use for the prop bets? Y'all have ruined my life with this. Clay, go ahead.
Yeah, well, he just signed with Atlanta, and I'm kind of surprised it didn't happen last year, considering how many times Nashville played against him. But I'm going to go with Fafa Pico. Feels like a pretty good bet, honestly. Of all the players out there, that Fafa Pico probably has one for Nashville in him somewhere.
That is a good one.
What's the amount on that, Clay?
I'm going to put 9 on it.
And I appreciate that you said he played against Nashville so many times, because I think he featured for like maybe a minute and a half against Nashville in all those games.
Well, you know what I mean. I mean, he was with Miami, and Miami
his team played against Nashville quite a few times. Yeah. I'm going to go a little weird on this one. I'm going to go Johnny Perez for Chivas in the Leagues Cup. And I'm going to put 10 on that.
That's a Steven-ass pick.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he makes Steven-ass picks all day long.
What?
Okay,
you don't... Chivas... Okay. Here's... You want the logic here? I'll give you the logic.
Bet. It is a fair bet.
No, I kind of want the logic here.
The logic is that Chivas are currently flying in the Mexican League. They are 6-6. I think they've won every single game. Johnny Perez is going to this team. He's not going to find his spot right away. It's going to take him a little bit to find a spot. When Leagues Cup comes about, Chivas are probably going to be in that top table, and so will Nashville SC, as I've predicted. So that means in the knockout rounds, Nashville SC and Chivas will face each other. That's the logic. Is it a stretch?
Where's the logic?
I do love, as you were talking about that, though, you started smiling because you did realize it started to sound even more ridiculous as you got to
the more ridiculous part of it, Stephen, is how many goals has Johnny Perez scored in the last 2 years?
I mean, as many as Dan Lovitz has.
Dan Lovitz has 4 MLS goals in Nashville SC history, by the way.
Johnny Perez has one.
Johnny Perez will not be scoring in MLS. He'll be scoring a Leagues Cup.
I know.
I mean, it might be different. You never know.
I know. I'm just saying Dan Lovitz has 4 and Steven gave him a hat trick.
Like, it is funny to go to this where, like, I did have a ridiculous answer for this one, and my pick is still better than Valair's, honestly.
Okay, go ahead. What's your pick?
He's going to come off the bench from Montreal. It's going to be
Washington.
Daniel Rios that scores the goal against Nashville.
It's a pretty good pick, actually. Yeah. I'm proud of you for that one. That's a good
$5 for Daniel Rios to score against Nashville. There was a lot of options this year. We got rid of a lot of players in the past few years.
I mean, Don Badji played against Nashville earlier in the season. Don Badji played against Nashville.
Yeah, he's with DC. At one point.
Yeah.
With DC,
yep. It's true. Cool. Next, this one was a listener question.
Before we get to this one, Stephen.
Yes.
I think that, we have goofy questions on here, and it just needs to be addressed. Before we get to this goofy question, that Stephen and I fought hard to keep first player to dramatically change their hairstyle.
We always have.
And we cut it last year.
Because Valair's all serious now.
And then half the team dramatically changed their hairstyle.
Yep, half the team. It wasn't even just Andy Nahar. Was Andy Nahar the first one? Yes, but half the team changed their hair.
Enough people dramatically changed their hairstyle that you couldn't answer Andy Nahar for dramatically changing his hairstyle.
You couldn't do it.
Because it wouldn't be dramatic.
It's true. Eddie shaved his head or cut his hair like a decent amount. Like, a lot of people did it.
But in deference to Valair's protestations last year, we did not keep that question. But just know that we had a problem with it. Omari just quit.
Omari's is done.
Omari's laptop just died. So we were going to just move on without him, but he will put in his picks later.
So now that ridiculous question is off, what ridiculous question has replaced it, Stephen?
That question will be, how many times will NSC bless the city of Nashville with free chalupas? Which, if you do not know, you get a chalupa from Taco Bell every time Nashville scores 2 goals, either home or away. It's also really nice that, thanks to the Music City Heaters, we don't actually have to track this question as it happens, as they have a heat index of questions. It's very nice. So, I'll start this one. I haven't started one yet.
I believe it happened 22 times last year.
22. How many MLS matches are there in MLS?
There are 34 MLS matches in MLS.
Cool. Thank you very much. I'm going to go with 34. For $5.
Yeah, you guys really caught me off guard because I missed the chat between the two of you earlier on the Slack channel. And then what we have on the sheet is not this question. So I have been prepared for a different question this whole time. So thank you all. Appreciate that.
It's on the rundown.
So that means that Valair was sitting here the entire time being like, wait, this question is a joke? What are you talking about?
I'm like, we're talking about center back pairings. It's a very important thing. It's not a gag. It's a real thing. So okay, I'll come up with an answer. Clay, you go ahead first. Wait, Stephen, how much you putting on that first?
$5 for 34.
Okay.
I'm putting $7 on 23.
And again, we've confirmed that this includes all games, not just MLS, correct?
Yes,
that is correct.
It was 22 last year, so I'm saying it'll happen one more time than last year.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and say it's going to be 25 games. And I'm going to put $20 on that.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. I always do this where I start really low and then at the end of the thing, I'm like, oh, I have a lot of money left over. So yeah, I didn't plan this at all, as you can
Which,
tell.
by the way, 2 questions left. Valair, why don't you do a quick money update on where we are at?
I don't have that info at the moment, but I will get it to you before the last question.
$21 left.
I believe that I have 35 left.
Okay. And I believe that I have 25 left, but I will confirm that after we do this question.
Fantastic. So, Clay, you can start with this next question. 2 more to go. First loss for Nashville SC.
All right, I think it's a. This one's a little tough because I think they're better than a lot of the teams they're playing on early in this season. But with Champions Cup going on and with a couple of these road matches, part of me wants to say FC Dallas because it kind of sucks to go down to FC Dallas and it's like empty. So I think I'm going to stick with that. I think now that I think about it, I'm going to stick with that. I'm going to say FC Dallas away. And I'm going to put, I don't know, 11 on it. I'll put 9 on it.
So, and honestly, I think with a lot of rotation at the beginning of the year, really trying to get a decent amount of new players, just kind of, melded together in competitive matches. Clay, I'm with you. I think it's a possibility that Dallas is our first loss. I don't think it's something that I would necessarily be worried about. Kind of coming down. If anything, that might be a good loss to take, especially for just a team building type of scenario. But yeah, I'm gonna go Dallas for $10.
Clay, what was that number you put? Sorry, I missed that.
I put 9 on it.
Okay. For me, I am going to say I'm between 2 at the moment. But
is one of them Charlotte away? Because that's the other one I was looking at.
No, I am between Inter Miami and the Champions Cup, which I know is not confirmed yet, or Minnesota. And I think I'm leaning toward Minnesota at home. I think Minnesota are going to come in and play the most anti-soccer thing you've ever seen in your life. And I think that's going to really, with some rotation and whatnot, like you said, with some games, I think that's going to be really difficult for Nashville SC. Maybe they'll get a penalty. James Rodriguez is going to put it in. We've seen this scenario before. So I'm going Minnesota. It's a little pessimistic, I guess, but because it's a home match. But I think that's possible. So I'll put 10 on that as well. Yes, Steven, go ahead and go through the last question because I told you I'm going to have this ready and I don't. So
perfectly fine, ladies and gentlemen. Last question of the prop bets year. This will decide it all probably at some instance. I guess I'll start. How many points will Nashville accumulate this year?
So we can decide our grace period. We can decide our grace, on this. If we give like 2 or 3 points window to each other. Because if we stack it and go like 55, 56, 57 or something like that, then obviously, But if we're all kind of...
I think we talk about that later.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Sort of like is the Schaffelberg baby celebration a pregnant celebration or a baby's, it's that.
But I don't think that was discrepancy. I think that, but it's fine. It is fine.
It said pregnant celebration. That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
I have totals here really quickly.
Okay.
Steven, you've spent 75. You have 25 left. I've spent 85. I have 15 left. And Clay has spent 89 and has 11 left. Does that sound right for everybody?
Sounds right for me.
I've spent 88.
All right. Maybe we will revisit this after recording because I have 89 here.
Give me how many points will Nashville accumulate this season?
Clay, how many points did Nashville accumulate last year?
Nashville, hold on. They got 54.
I really thought you had that.
Well, that's why I said 54, 55, 56. They had 54 last year.
Huh. Yeah, I'm going to go actually a little lower than that. So I'm going to go 51 for Nashville in MLS play.
You're going to go lower?
Yeah, I think there's just a lot more going on, and I think Leagues Cup. If we're expecting Nashville to make this run in Leagues Cup, the East has gotten even better. I think there's going to be points around. So 51 in the past would get you close to a top four spot. Last year was more of an anomaly in terms of needing like 60 points to get
To
there.
be clear, 51 would have missed the playoffs last year by 2 points.
But that's not the norm. That's
I
not the
know.
norm.
I'm just
Yeah.
stating 51 would have missed the playoffs last year.
So I'm gonna go 51 points, and I'm gonna go 15. My last 15 buckaroos on that.
Clay.
Well, I'm decidedly more optimistic than that. Because I'm looking at the complete other end of the table. So Philadelphia finished top of the league with 66 points last year. A lot of prognosticators have said that they consider Nashville a contender, but not at the top spot. So second in the East finished with 65 points. I think that I take Valair's point about competing in different for different trophies well. There's also the weird break that's going to happen in the middle of the year as well. But I do think like this is a roster that's designed to win, and rosters that's designed to win, you're not really looking at 50 points. I'm going to sit here and say 61 points. And I'm going to put the rest of my 12 points on that. My $12 on that.
Steven?
I am optimist. Ladies and gentlemen, I moneyballed this so hard, and they do
What's
not
34 times 3? Because that's what Steven's going to say.
No, I moneyballed this so hard, and they do not even realize what I did. And it's perfectly fine. I'm glad I'm the smartest one on this show, and we can realize. If you look back through our sheet specifically, that you guys have never finished above 50 points in our entire time in existence of doing prop bets. So instead of needing to just do one answer that's guaranteed for 90, I decided to divvy it up to 2 because if I hit 50 points, statistically shown, I'm in a good space. I don't have to worry about it. In this year, Nashville is going to be really funny and do something that's completely hilarious and make my life so much fun. 69 points for Nashville SC this season.
Nice.
$25.
For the record, 69 points would have finished 6th in the listeners last year. Since you're going to talk about the points in this.
But in
Which was
2023,
Landon Black, listener of the show, Aaron's son.
In 2023, Cincinnati did get 69 points to take first place in the East. There has been obviously Miami hitting 74 points. I think it's possible. I think the East is continuously stacked again this year. I don't think it's a bad thought to think Nashville could finish in second with 69 points. I don't think I think it's something that could be seen. So I'm going with that.
Yeah. I think that just to give my answer a little bit of context, I do think the bar is going to be Miami higher up and then everybody else kind of behind them. And I think while it is a little low, I think now that I'm seeing where you guys are at, I think one of the things that I can see happening is Nashville trailing off after a run in Leagues Cup, which is something that happened in Open Cup, something that happened in the last Leagues Cup run. And that's kind of where that comes from. I think they'll still make the playoffs. And then from there on out, as I have predicted in this very show, they will win MLS Cup, I guess. Yeah, I think 51 might be too low, but at the end of the day, I think 51 in the past would still get you close to that top 4 spot.
Just to some CYA for Valair, 51 points would have been 5th in 2024 and 6th in 2023. So it usually is comfortably in the playoffs. But last year, it very much was not. So it kind of depends on how the year plays out.
That's it. That's prop bets, y'all. We did it. Nice job, everybody. I hope you all enjoyed it at that time. We got a few other things to cover, as well as make our first plugs and predictions for the start of the season. We're going to do that next, right here on Pharmaceutical Soccer. We're back here, Pharmaceutical Soccer, at PharmaSoccer on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Of course, spell out 615soccer.com. Would love to have you be a part of that. Pharmasoccer.com for all merch, all that type of stuff. Okay, we got some quick things to get through really quick. Johnny Perez is gone, dealt money-wise.
He's not playing for Nashville anymore?
What? I know, it's crazy. And Valair predicted him to score against Nashville during prop bets. That's wild.
Man, somebody who didn't know that news would have just found out something earth-shattering.
Crazy for them, I know. But yeah, Johnny Perez for $3 million to Chivas. It seemed like it was Johnny Perez really wanted the move. I think it's a good amount of money for a player that has scored one MLS goal for Nashville.
It was close. It was almost done when we talked last week.
Yeah, we covered it last week if you want to go back to that. And then the other roster move is Charles.
Just call him the French guy. So much easier to do.
Emile Bernet. Charles Emile Bernet. I believe I pronounced that completely wrong, but he has been a standout in preseason training, even when we went, but even something that BJ Callahan has talked about as well. He's a draft pick. I believe he was all the way the 80th pick in the draft.
Third rounder, I think, yeah.
Yeah, third round. So not usually do those picks turn out to be roster pieces, but he has clearly impressed, and he will be part of the first team roster. I can totally see him playing against Ottawa in both games. So, so Nashville has an extra body there. And like we talked about, Reed Baker Whiting as well will be coming in from Seattle. Those are the reports at the moment. So that's two extra players in and Perez out. That's the latest in terms of roster.
Had a couple other preseason matches. I think obviously the biggest one to note is the one that took place over at Geodis over the weekend, losing to Lexington 2-1, losing to a USL squad 2-1. Even though it is preseason, is that something to worry about?
Nope.
No. And Lexington's women's team is coached by Kosuke Kimura.
Really?
What?
Pretty sure, yeah.
That's amazing. Shout out to Kosuke Kimura. What a legend.
Nashville legend.
So we talked last week about the kit last week, and
yep,
I think some opinions have changed since it has actually been released by NSC. Do you agree with that sentiment or no?
Do I agree that other people's opinions have changed? Yes. Has mine? No.
Okay. I feel like Nashville SC did a good job marketing it, honestly, and I think the leak compared to the actual announcement and then the way it looks is night and day. So not that I love it necessarily, but I think it's a huge improvement on the leaked pictures.
I think it's really funny. Like, I think kit can be subjective. Like, kit ratings can be subjective. Like when people put theirs out, because it is subjective what kit looks good and what kit doesn't. Nashville was in the bottom third of every single kit ranking. Like,
and
it's
I would
still
probably
a bottom
agree with
third
that.
kit in the league.
Yeah, I would still agree with that. I'm just saying it looks better than what we had seen pictures wise, at least. I don't know. That's where I'm at.
I just want a kit in the top third of the league, and that would be really nice.
You leak a kit so all the bad vibes get out for a week, and then people see it, and then they feel less bad about it. It's the way it works. It's how you do it, and it's fine.
Again, the center logo.
It won't matter. If Nashville wins in it, everyone will love it.
Again, the center logo is still stupid. Okay, look, we have 2 matches to preview. We don't just have one. We just have 2. Like, we have Ottawa. We have our Champions Cup on Tuesday, and we also have our first MLS match on Saturday to preview.
Yeah, we might have to come back with an episode on Thursday or something. Now that I'm thinking about it, because I got to go in about 30 seconds.
All right, well, we can do that.
2 matches.
We'll come back during the week to talk about New England. Then never mind. We're just gonna do Ottawa plugs and predictions. Valair, you go talk about Ottawa and get out of here.
Please go to 615soccer.com. We have literally all sorts of content for you, from previewing games to previewing the season. Ben Wright, myself, these guys here, Jeff, Chris, everybody's the photographers. They're putting in great. It's been a great sort of off season for us, and then we're gonna have a whole lot of content. So go to 615soccer.com. I think Nashville SC will win 2-1 at Ottawa, and I think Madrigal and Espinoza will score the goals.
Thank you, Valair. Appreciate that. Clay.
You can check me out at Clay Lost Soul on Instagram and Twitter. You can check out the Nashville Soccer Archive. We just secured a large donation of physical archives to Vanderbilt's soccer collection. If you have things that you would like to donate to the physical archive for Nashville Soccer Archive, please reach out to me on those avenues, and I will make sure it happens. As for what happens in Canada, but not in Ottawa, I think it's a tough game. I think that, it's cold up there, and I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. And the goal scorer will be Warren Madrigal. But I think it's going to be like who was it that Pumas was playing where it was like they lost up there, but then it was 4-1. I'm forgetting who that was.
Forge.
Earlier. That's who it was. Yeah, something like that.
It is cold up there, but when you look at just kind of the Canadian Premier League, it's a competition where it's probably equal or less than to USL when it comes to the competition level. I think Nashville's going to start off slow, but I think Nashville will end up winning the match 2-0 in Canada. Of course, a goal by Daniel Lovitz, and the first goal scored by Daniel Lovitz. And I'm going to go with Eddie Tagseth starts early as well and gets a goal too against.
Also, I said Pumas. I definitely meant Tigres. Pumas lost to San Diego.
Thank you all so much again for listening to this episode. We truly do appreciate it. Like I said, we'll kind of do a preview episode for MLS, a little bit later down the line this week. Thank you so much for listening to the prop bets. We'll have our links up for that. Really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for listening. As always, we will catch you later this week.